Hello and welcome. Have you ever looked at YouTube and wondered what it would take to build something like that yourself? Well, today we are breaking down the entire roadmap. We're going to go from the initial idea all the way to launching on the App Store, and I think you'll see it's way more possible than you might imagine. First, just to understand the scale we're talking about, look at YouTube. It has over 2 billion logged-in users every single month. That's not just a platform, it's a global phenomenon, and it proves one thing for sure: the world is hungry for video content. So, when you see a number that massive, does a little voice in your head ever ask, could I build my own version? Could I create a space for my own community, for my business, or just for a really cool idea I have? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore, how you can actually make that happen. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the why, the huge opportunity in video streaming. Then we'll talk about why you'd even want to own your platform in the first place. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, the essential features, a clear 5-step plan to build it, how to choose your development path, and finally, getting it out into the world. Let's get started. So why is video streaming such a massive deal right now? Simple. It's not a niche anymore. It's the digital mainstream. It's where your audience, my audience, pretty much everyone is already spending their time. And this quote right here just nails it. Video isn't just for cat videos anymore. For businesses, for teachers, for creators of all kinds, it has become the single most powerful tool they have to connect with people, to build a following, and to actually grow. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but why not just use YouTube? And that's a totally fair question. The answer, though, comes down to one incredibly valuable word: control. Let's break down what that really means for you. Owning your own app is all about freedom. You're not playing in someone else's sandbox anymore. You're not subject to their crazy algorithm changes or their revenue cuts. You want to try a unique subscription model? Go for it. Need to support a specific kind of content for your niche? No problem. And maybe most importantly, you get direct access to user data, the real insights you need to understand what your audience actually wants. All right, so let's say you're on board with the idea. What does your app actually need to have to even compete? Let's sketch out the blueprint for a platform that people will love to use. And here's the best part. You do not have to build a complete YouTube clone on day one. Seriously, the whole key to success here is to start lean. Focus on the core features that are going to serve your specific audience and your unique idea. You can always build on it from there. Think of this checklist as your starting point. Obviously, you need the basics, right? User profiles, video uploads, a search bar. But where the real magic happens is with the features that build a community. Things like comments, subscriptions, and smart recommendations. That's what turns a simple video player into a real destination. So we have the what, the features. But how do we actually turn that blueprint into a real working app? Let's get practical and map out the 5 essential steps to take you from just an idea to a full-blown application. And here it is. It's a really logical flow when you see it laid out. You start with research to find your place in the market. Then you design what it'll look and feel like. Step 3 is choosing how you'll build it. Then you actually develop and test it. And finally, you promote it to the world. It makes this huge project feel like a series of manageable steps. Now, before you do anything else, you have to pay attention to this. Your unique value proposition, or UVP, is your North Star. It's the answer to the question, why should anyone care about this app? Is it for a specific hobby, a certain style of learning? Nailing this down in step 1 is everything, because it will guide every single decision you make from here on. Okay, let's zoom in on what might be the biggest decision you make in this whole process. That's step 3, choosing your development path. How are you actually going to build this thing? And the answer really depends on you. You've got to be honest with yourself about your resources. What are your technical skills, or lack thereof? What's your real budget look like? And how fast do you need to launch? Your answers to those questions will point you down one of 3 main paths. This table pretty much lays out the trade-offs. On one end of the spectrum, you've got no code. It's fast, it's affordable, and you don't need any technical skill. On the total opposite end is custom development. You get ultimate control, but it's going to cost you a lot of time and a lot of money. And then low code is somewhere in the middle. Let's just focus on the 2 extremes for a second. Custom development is amazing, but honestly, it's just not realistic for most people. On the other hand, no-code platforms have completely changed the game. They give entrepreneurs and small businesses the power to build professional apps quickly and affordably. It's a total game changer if you don't have a huge budget.
All right, you've done the hard work, your app is designed, it's built. Now comes the really exciting part, getting it out into the world.
So after you've tested everything to make sure there are no weird bugs, the final hurdle is publishing. And that means submitting your app to the two biggest marketplaces on the planet, the Google Play Store for Android users and the Apple App Store for everyone on iOS. To get your app onto the Google Play Store, you'll need to set up a developer account. And the cost for that is just a simple one-time fee of $25. For the Apple App Store, the process is pretty similar. You register for their developer program, and that one costs $99 per year. Think of these as the entry fees to get your app in front of billions of potential users. But please, remember this. Publishing your app isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. A great app is totally useless if nobody knows it exists. That's why you need a smart plan for promotion, from optimizing your App Store page so people can find you, to actually building a community that keeps people coming back for more. And that brings us to the end. We've walked through the whole thing, the opportunity, the strategy, the features, and the step-by-step plan. The how isn't a mystery anymore. So the only question left, and it's the most exciting one of all, is what will you create?